Okay, then welcome back to our latest winter storm coverage. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Now this is a significantly historic risk as we do have some blizzard warnings in New York City, places like Boston and Philadelphia. I will just get to that in a second. I just need to change something about the thumbnail and I will and everything will be fine. Just give me a second. Okay. Anyway, at the moment we do have a large band of snow, as we do have some colder air out of this on the backside of this system. If I put on the MRMS and then the winter weather out there at the moment, we can see so places like Pikeville seeing some snow, and then all the way back up into Albany are seeing some snow. The most moderate or the heaviest I think would just be east of Pittsburgh at the moment. But yeah, we have not seen New York City for over 10 years. They do normally get a major winter storm every more decade, and this is the day that it's hitting. So it's obviously a high impact event. Places like New York could see, at least a foot of snow, potentially even 2 feet of snow. But yeah, we do currently have 9 blizzard warnings, and we do also have some winter storm warnings anywhere down all the way up just west of St. John, all the way down just east of Pikeville, and then up into places like Albany and Concord as well are all going to be included in this winter storm warning. We are starting to see some light snow come down, but as the temperatures do go or do drop over the next couple hours in places like New York, we will start to see the snow risk. You can see places like Philadelphia are currently seeing snow, but once again, as the temperatures do drop, the snow risk will increase, and we could potentially see some more blizzard conditions. If we actually look at the blizzard warning for New York, every single one of these have different tags on them for snow, wind, and visibility. If we look at the one in New York, we could see anywhere from 17 to 24 inches. The 60-mile-an-hour wind gust and visibility could go down to a quarter of a mile. Up near Boston, some more snow, 18 to 25, so a possible inch extra. 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts, so potentially even 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And once again, the visibility may drop to a quarter of a mile. If we look at these ones up just east of Portland, 5 to 8 inches and some 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So this is our sort of key area down here, anywhere from Philadelphia up into New York and Boston. This is going to be our key area of more blizzard-like conditions, as we do have a bomb cyclone just to the east of places like New York at the moment. We do also have a couple of storm chasers out there. We may pull them up a little later on in the stream. But once again, maybe some light snowfall for New York. Obviously, things will definitely pick up as we go later through the afternoon and evening. But yeah, we're already starting to see some moderate snow. Just west of Pikeville at the moment, some moderate to heavy snow. This is because of the colder temperatures behind the system. We do also have some snow just east of Pittsburgh, I cannot speak, and west of Williamsport, maybe some rain in there as well. So yeah, there's definitely some snow over there. Also, we could be seeing snow in places like Indianapolis and Chicago at the moment, and then we are seeing some potential thunderstorms over in the western part of the country. But this is obviously going to be our main risk. Large band of snow, once again moderate to light to moderate, sorry, at the moment. there's not going to be anything really. Well, we do have winter storm warnings. These won't be the most impactful of if you're in one of these places in the blizzard warnings. Really do have to watch out with some travel disruptions going into Monday. If we have a look at Ryan Chaser, Storm Chaser Ryan Scott at the moment, he's just driving through some rain at the moment. That does match up with what we are seeing on the radar at the moment, and that will transition into snow as we go later into the daytime and into the evening tonight. Right, okay, I think that's the warnings covered, so let's have a look at the severity index of these storms, of the snow. Anywhere in the purple, you're going to be seeing extreme impacts. Places like Philadelphia, New York, Dover, looking like extreme impacts. Places like Boston and Providence. Once again, extreme impacts. I'll go through what these mean in just a moment. Anyone in the red is in major impacts. So this does include most of the blizzard warning. But once again, more what I would sort of be expecting is more coastal areas who are closer to the sea will probably see the worst impacts or the most extreme impacts out of this system. So if we look, also we do have some orange, orange, I forgot what they're called, maybe moderate, from Washington up into Scranton, Albany and Concord. So yeah, if we run through what the extreme severe weather or severity index for winter storm means, it says here, expect substantial disruptions to daily life, extremely dangerous or impossible driving conditions. Travel is definitely not advised, so don't go on the roads if you do not need to, because it will be dangerous driving conditions out there. Extensive and widespread closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur, and also a couple power outages are definitely possible. Don't think we have many power outages if we look at county power outages, and I turn off the severity index. Yeah, so at the moment we don't have any people without power. Maybe one in Logan County, like 5% people are out. We may see some more people losing power, especially in the blizzard warnings. Now then, how much snow could you guys see? Let's have a look at the HRRR to show you that. We'll first of all show you when the snow will come and how heavy it will be if we look at the winter precipitation type. Right now it says it's meant to be snowing in New York. It probably is right now, but very light. We are seeing a lot of rain from places like Washington and Philadelphia. As we do go later into this evening, this will transition. As we go into the next hour, we will start to see some heavier snow ramping up in New York, and this rain in places like Philadelphia and Washington transitioning from rain into snow. As we go into a couple hours ahead, there's some heavier snow for places like New York, and also some heavy snow on the back end of this system in places like New York and Philadelphia. We do also have some rain over in Washington as we do go into this evening, though that will all have cleared up, and then we're just going to be seeing widespread heavy snow across anywhere from Washington, just south of Scranton, and into New York and up into Boston. If we move this through, definitely more heavier as we go into the evening and into the right around 8 o'clock. If I move this a little bit further through, as we go into the nighttime, once again heavy snow anywhere from Philadelphia or just north of Virginia Beach, Philadelphia, New York, and back up into Boston, some heavier snow. as we move our way into tomorrow morning, we are still going to be seeing some heavier snow for all of the areas that I mentioned, places like New York and Boston. Now, in terms of snow accumulations, let's give it a second to load here. So, accumulations will start to happen over the next couple hours as we move through into the end of this event. Places like Philadelphia could see anywhere from, if we look here, 12 inches of snow. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little bit higher. We could potentially see 1.5 feet of snow to potentially 2 feet of snow. That's definitely a possibility out there at as we go later into Monday, and then as we do go into Monday, all snow should begin to calm down. So this is definitely a rare situation. We do have blizzard warnings for places like New York, Philadelphia. They do get blizzard warnings, but most of the time it's every decade. So this is warnings for this decade. But yeah, right now over from Philadelphia into Washington, we are seeing rain. As the temperatures do drop, we will see it transition into snow. And also, we do have winter storm warnings just west of St. John, all the way down into places like Pikeville, where some widespread couple of inches of accumulations, possibly in some areas, maybe picking up 7 inches as a max. So if we do look at Storm Chaser PA storm trackers, they are seeing some light to moderate snow, some very small accumulations on the side of the road there, nothing that interesting at the moment. The most moderate snow right now I would expect just to be east of Pittsburgh, right around Williamsburg, and just west of Harrisburg at the moment. That was not what I was meaning to do. There we go. But yeah, the real blizzard conditions are going to be happening over the next couple hours. Places like New York, Boston, Philadelphia. Once again, as these colder temperatures do come in, we can actually show you this on the NAM 3KM, which is a model. So if your screen just went black for a second, then I did not mean to do that. If we look at the temperature, right now it's pretty mild, right around 35 degrees, so I'm just a bit above freezing. As we do go a little bit more into this evening, let's give it a second to load. But yeah, right now we are seeing just above average, sorry, not just above average, but just above freezing temperatures. As we do make our way into the evening, we can see temperatures have definitely dropped, maybe freezing temperatures in New York. And if we just play this through, just these cold temperatures are going to be working their way in. So yeah, that is whenever the impacts will start as the temperatures drop. We could be seeing some light snow in New York at the moment. Maybe this is just rain, but it does look to be a little bit of snow. If we look at the severity index of our winter storm, we can see right now we have extreme impacts that are expected for places like New York, Philadelphia, Boston. We do have these extreme severity index warnings out there, places like Boston, and we do have a larger moderate risk, which is the red down just north of Virginia Beach, going up into just south of Albany and up into just south of Concord. Now, let me tell you what these guys mean. So the extreme impacts, extreme dangerous or impossible driving conditions, travel is definitely not advised. So do not travel if you're in any of these purple areas, and extensive and widespread power closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur, and life-saving actions may be needed. So life-saving actions may be needed, as it does say there. The major impacts, which are the red ones, dangerous impacts, also dangerous or impossible travel conditions. Avoid travel if possible. Widespread closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur. If you are in the orange, hazardous driving conditions, use extra caution while driving. And closures and disruptions to infrastructure may occur. And if you are in the yellow, just expect a few inconveniences while you're driving out there. Places like Washington are in the orange. Going back up into Concord, Albany. We do also have this little area just south of Elkins, which is included in the orange area. Let's go back to the MOMS. One last thing, the probability of snowfall over 4 inches for any of these areas is definitely a high risk. Snow, high risk anywhere in the purple, so that basically means that there is going to be 4 inches of accumulation. The blue risk does say moderate once again. We are expecting 4 inches of snow, and over in the lighter blue, we are once again expecting there to be at least a couple inches and possibly above 4 inches of accumulation. But yeah, we are probably starting to see some colder temperatures in New York, and that is why we are starting to see some snow transitioning in places like Bridgeport and Hartford, possibly already seeing snow at the moment. But at the moment, we do have 9 winter storm warnings and 8 blizzard warnings. I wouldn't really expect these to change for a little while, just because I don't think they will change. But yeah, the most heaviest snow probably over Bellefonte, just south of Lock Haven at the moment, and in Chambersburg as well. Also, Pikeville probably seeing some moderate snow as well, places just northeast of Charleston. But yeah, once again, it could be snowing in places like Chicago. There is winter weather advisories where you could pick up 3 to 5 inches of snow. In places like St. Joseph, just over the lake. So if you're in Chicago, just over the lake, they are going to be having some winter impacts. Indianapolis could be seeing some very light snow at the moment. Do we have winter? Oh, I don't, I thought you could do winter storm reports, but I don't think you can. But yeah, anywhere in this sort of region, I would be expecting at least a foot of snow, potentially 2 feet, in some isolated spots. So yeah, Storm Chaser Ryan Skull probably just seeing some rain at the moment. He's actually seeing some snow, so that is a sign that the temperatures are very swiftly dropping. We are having some snow over in just southeast of Philadelphia. So you're not seeing much accumulations as the ground is wet. As we go later on though, some accumulations are to be expected. So yeah, once again, this is just southeast of Philadelphia. Not seeing that much accumulations. I'm not seeing any accumulations, but we are starting to see some light snow. That is evidence that we are seeing the temperatures drop. Once again, as the temperatures do drop in places like Philadelphia, snow is really going to start to ramp up. If we look at PA storm trackers, which isn't really near the blizzard warnings, we are seeing some light snow. What was it? Just east of Pittsburgh. Nothing that I think would accumulate or is accumulating really. Let me actually see what the snow totals are looking like over there. So the snow totals for where he's at, where PA Storm Tracker is. Let me just go through to the end of this event. Maybe put that on my way. Maybe a couple inches of accumulations where PA Storm Trackers is, but this is the main area over near New York. As I was saying, 2 feet of snow is possible. So it could be looking like a little bit of a winter wonderland out there. Places like Philadelphia, if we look at Philadelphia, could see 2 feet. If we go over near Toms River, we could see near 3 inches. We could see above 3 inches of snow out of this event. Places like Providence, I mean, it says here 4 foot of snow is a possibility. That just shows you the magnitude of this event which is going to be taking place. 4 feet of snow is definitely not something that you see very often, especially places in the northeast. Places like New York, once again, 2 feet of snow definitely being a possibility. That's definitely a rare event. But yeah, most of this heavy snow will be confined to where the blizzard warnings are, but more to this sort of coastline region. But yeah, if we're back up near Boston, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 30, not feet, but 30 inches of snow. So back up near 2.5 feet of snow. Places like Boston, I would expect the fastest wind gusts. If we look at the blizzard warning, it says here for 18 to 25. So I definitely think that this model is definitely overdoing it a little bit. But yeah, this is on the high end of snow accumulations. Actually, if we look at the expected impacts, let's look at New York. The expected impacts for New York says visibilities may drop below a quarter of a mile due to failing or falling and blowing snow. Whiteout conditions are expected and will make travel treacherous and potentially life-threatening. The damaging winds and weight of snow on tree limbs may down power lines, so power may go out in New York. It's definitely a possibility anywhere in the blizzard area. Power outages could be a threat. Travel could be difficult to impossible. Areas of blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. The hazardous conditions will impact the Monday morning and the evening commute. So yeah, we could see some power outages in any of the blizzard warnings. Let me turn this back onto the MRMS. Or let me actually not put any radar over it, just so you can see the warnings. The red ones are the blizzard warnings. We can see the winter storm warnings as the pinks, and the winter weather advisories in the darker pinks and potentially even purple, however you can see it. Let's actually look at the single site radar for Philadelphia. So yeah, just a couple pockets starting to develop where colder temperatures are going to be. So once again, rain is going to be transitioning into snow as we go later into this afternoon and evening, as temperatures will drop. Ryan Skull was just seeing some light snow out there. It's definitely picked up, so temperatures are 100% dropping in Philadelphia, places like New York. Snow is definitely going to be ramping up over the next couple hours. Moderate to heavy snow just southeast of Philadelphia. I wouldn't be surprised if it is snowing in Philadelphia. It does show this is rain, but we have got evidence now of some snow falling just south of Atlantic City. Places like New York, just a little bit ago, this was looking more like rain. Now it has gone more into a fully, or snow, sorry. If we take this radar, it is looking like light to moderate to potentially heavy snow over the next little bit. For New York, once again, if you are back over in New York, we could see up to 2 feet of snow, at least a foot of snow, potentially 2 feet. If we go back to the MRMS for a more widespread view and turn it on to winter weather. But yeah, places like New York, Philadelphia, because the temperatures are dropping, we are seeing the snow starting to transition, the rain transitioning into the snow, perhaps. We are also seeing some more moderate snow in places like Bellefonte and just east of Clearfield, and places like Chambersburg are definitely seeing some more moderate snow. I will quickly run through the snow totals over the next couple of days. If we look going into Monday, we could easily see 2 feet of snow in places like New York. Now then, this is saying back just south of Boston that we could see up to 3 feet, potentially 3.5 feet. This is on the higher end. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see 2.5 feet, 3.5 feet to 4 feet. I don't think is very realistic. But yeah, blizzard warnings are obviously in effect. Places like Boston could easily reach 50 if you look at this blizzard warning though. Winds could reach 80 miles an hour in these locations. Visibilities may drop below a quarter of a mile due to falling and blowing snow. These strong winds may lead to some power outages as well. Yeah, but if you're back up in places like Machias, Ellsworth, we do once again have blizzard warnings. We are expecting quite a lot less of snow, potentially a foot, and 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Anywhere in this sort of region, I would class as the highest risk of seeing a feet or two of snow, but down there as well. Yeah, places like New York are starting to see some snow at the moment, possibly moderate snow. If you look at Ryan Skull, yeah, the snow has definitely picked up over the last couple minutes as the temperatures are beginning to drop. No accumulations thus far though, at least what I can see. So some more moderate snow falling once again as the temperatures are dropping. Wind gusts don't look that high at the moment. This is just southeast of the Philadelphia area. Well, actually quite significantly southeast. In Ocean City, just south of Atlantic City. But yeah, I know this was just a brief stream. If you did like it, it would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe. The main risk will be coming over the next hours, going into the afternoon and evening, where we could potentially see 2 feet of snow. Make sure if you're in any of these blizzard warnings to try not to drive, and widespread power outages could occur. Okay, guys, I'll catch you all in the next one.